Hi there, my name is Christine Cummings, and I am one of the founders of a bird of prey raptor rehabilitation center, a place called Hope in Connecticut. The reason for this video is because we are seeing an increased amount of birds coming in, predatory birds coming in that have been secondarily poisoned. The way that this is happening or coming about is because of the use of rodenticide poisons to eliminate rat or mouse issues. And whether it's first generation or second generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons, the method is the same. It's a bait station poison that attracts the mouse or the rat, who eats the bait and then succumbs to the devastating effects of poisons and becomes an easy prey animal to a predator. Not just birds of prey or raptors are being affected by these poisons or secondarily, but many of our predators across our planet currently. This is not just in Connecticut, but our ask is here in Connecticut. We are trying to eliminate the use of the most toxic rodenticides that are out there, and that's basically the second generation rodenticide poisons. We want to see them banned from our state, all over the state. We don't want to see any more second generation or anything with the ingredients that are involved with second generation anticoagulants. We would like to see a elimination of any poisonous rodenticides from being able to be used on state-owned property or land, which would include our wildlife habitats, because the nature of these rodenticides and the devastating far-reaching effects that they are having does not just stick to the targeted rodent or mouse. It is much more far-reaching than that. And because we are seeing such an increase at our center, we actually recently had put out for a fundraiser ask to get our supporters involved in helping us raise money so that we can have a lot of the birds that are coming in as suspects of these kinds of poisons actually tested, so we can back up what we are saying with actual scientific data. And so far, the science is proving to us that yes, we are indeed correct. It is second generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons that are the culprit. First and second generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons are a method of torture. It's along the lines of an inhumane glue or sticky trap. I mean, there are methods that have been created that just make no sense. They're not logical. They're not humane or ethical or fair. This is something that our legislation needs to address. We need a ban to get rid of second generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons, so there's no chance it can end up anywhere within our state on any kind of property, because it is that deadly. This needs to be removed from the equation, and people need to be better informed on the devastating effects of any use of any poison. These poisons are more toxic than the original first generation anticoagulant rodenticides, and it requires less of these ingredients to affect whatever it is that has ingested them. Now, of course, the target would be a mouse or a rat, or mice or rats. And unfortunately, mice or rats are one of the primary animals consumed by many of our predators within the state. So a lot of people really don't understand past the problem, and they're not looking at the fact that there is no such thing as a safe poison. poison is poison, and at some level of a poison, it's going to become lethal or fatal to whatever animal, including humans and household pets or predators, that has consumed it. To actually admit one of these predatory birds at our center when they are actively dying is something that I wish I could share with the public from start to finish. It's so bad that it's not something that I could publicize, because it's that horrific to view and to experience. It's somewhat traumatic. I mean, it's deadly, obviously, for the animal that's been admitted, that's affected by these poisons. But for any person to deal with that aftermath firsthand, I can't stay quiet anymore. I can't sit back and keep cleaning up after conflicts with us humans that are so easily avoided. This is not necessary. This is not something that is justified. It's up to us. We get to choose. So can't we all agree to choose methods that don't cause such an agonizing death? Anticoagulants do exactly that. They stop blood from being able to coagulate or thicken or clot. Basically, the animal bleeds to death. We are suffering in Connecticut from secondary poisoning from second-generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons. We are finding the same results as Tufts. Dr. Maureen Murray of Tufts, who's been studying this in Massachusetts for over 10 years, she recently did a 2020 study where 43 red-tailed hawks were submitted for testing, and 100% of them tested positive for second-generation brodifacoum, one of the ingredients of second-generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons. All 43 of those hawks. Now, had she done 53, it would have been 53. Had she done 100, I bet it would have been 100. Because so far, with the tests that we're submitting for the birds that we really do suspect have come down from rodenticide poisons, so far our tests are the same kinds of results. We're seeing 100%. I don't think people are setting out to harm our wildlife intentionally. I think that most people are basically misinformed. They are being sold a product. Keep in mind that selling products, the companies who sell them and the companies that use them are going to promote them and tell you what you want to hear. Like anything else, I think it's absolutely mandatory that we do our own research. So what we are asking all of you to do is to please take the time to either write a letter or email your local legislator, somebody in your own township. What we are asking you to ask them to do is to support a bill to ban the use of second-generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons within the state of Connecticut. If we can get these eliminated statewide, then we are doing a great job at protecting our wildlife in Connecticut. Not only our birds of prey, of course, but our bobcats, our fox, our coyote, the list goes on. So please, please support our ask and support us by asking your legislators to support a ban on second-generation anticoagulant rodenticide poisons, as well as eliminating the use of any of the rodenticides. So that would be the first generation that would be left. Eliminate the use of that on any state-owned property or land, which would include our wildlife habitats. Thank you.